Hello and welcome back to Digging and Metal Detecting. I'm back out on a really rainy day. I think it's supposed to rain all day actually. And usually I make a choice. I look at the weather for sort of Saturday and Sunday. And I choose the better day, but it's looking bad for both days, to be honest. So you got to get out, haven't you? You got to grin and bear it. No, it doesn't bother me. It's a little bit breezy, but it's not overly windy. If it's not coming in sideways, I'm not really bothered. I've got the waterproofs on, so it should be good. Nice and keep myself nice and dry. Apart from my boots, I'm still testing those out. It seems like when I walk through long grass with these in the past, they've done some digging. Don't get me wrong, they're walking boots. They're not designed for digging, but yeah, if I walk through long grass for too long, I get a wet foot. So it's time probably for some new boots, but I'm gonna wait until I get a wet foot again to push me to buy some. I'm out again with the Manticore today. I've got the M9 coil on. Of course, you can get all of this from Dragon Detecting. You can use my code on certain items, not the machine, probably the coil. You can get 10% off with my code DIGGERD10. So yeah, go ahead and use that. Go and check out Dragon Detecting for me. But yeah, I'm going to try and whip through my settings today, just very briefly. I won't go too far into it. Some people have asked to just see my settings, especially like the parameters, you know, the ferrous limits. I have tweaked those slightly. My settings are on Facebook in photo form, so if you want to go on the Facebook group and check that out, in the featured section, there's all my settings are there in photo, each screen, so you can follow through. But I have tweaked the ferrous limits slightly, not massively, so it's not going to make a huge difference. But yeah, I'll go through that anyway later on. I am on the Field of Dreams again. I know. Yeah, I just keep coming back here. Me and Tom were here last week. And we didn't do as well. Someone said, Philip, mate, you said my detecting gods weren't with me that morning, were they, mate? No, they were asleep, I think. You're right. It seems like when I bring Tom out, if I'm honest, Tom's just bad luck. He's one of those unlucky charms. He's a charm, all right. He won't even watch this, so he'll never know I'm talking about him. But yeah, no, we didn't do quite so well. It seemed like the field had quietened up. I don't know what went on that day, really don't. But we're going to get on there again today. There's more. There's plenty more here. It doesn't just stop, does it? So we'll crack on. We'll get out there and we'll have a look, see what we find today, guys. I'll see you on that first one. Yeah, just going to be one of those dull, wet days, I think. Just have to deal with it, don't you? You want to get out detecting, you got to go out, you got to have the right gear, and just get on with it. It's not cold today, though. I haven't even put my hoodie on under my coat, actually. It's mild. Wind's a little bit cool, but yeah, we'll get on with it. It's not raining at the minute. It's not raining now, so if it stays like this, we'll be all right. It's just a bit of a dull day, isn't it? It doesn't make great filming because it's the lighting's not brilliant. It makes everything a little bit darker. Yeah, we'll crack on. We'll see what we find. Hopefully there'll be some good bits today. You just never know, do you? You never know. You got to walk over it. I'm in all-terrain fast, which is my sort of mode of choice most of the time. Oh, little 21 there. Not great, a little bit erratic. Changed a bit now. A bit clearer there. It's out. Possibly lead, I think. Lead's usually a little bit erratic. And pinpointing was off as well. I thought it was further over.
to it though, that's the thing, I think. Is it that? Yeah. It's a little lead bullet. There we go. Little squashed lead modern bullet. Well, a bit of a surface find, but to be honest, the Manticore doesn't see these. It just gives iron. So it might just false off the edge, so it's not something I would dig. I'd just class it as iron. So I don't really see horseshoes very often anymore. But there we go, little diddy horseshoe. Yeah, I have found quite a few on here. They seem to poke up out of the surface. No idea on age of that. It's not a very big horse, that's for sure. More like a small sort of pony size, probably not much bigger than the Manticore screen, sorry. Yeah, like a little pony maybe. But yeah, horseshoe. First big-ish signal of the day. A little bit blurry on the screen there, not a clear dot, but it is in the 50s, 52 to 55, sort of jumping. I'll have a little look at that one. Totally changed now, it nearly disappeared. I think I've knocked it down lower into the hole. There you go, nice and clear now. Bit of an odd shape, but it's a nice solid dot. Sometimes you get a sort of a blurred dot on the screen, and probably a bit of lead, big bit of lead in the 50s, but you never know. I lost it there. Don't know what happened there. Was it in that lump? No. It's right there, whatever it is. But I can't see anything. Struggling a little bit with seeing finds today. You probably spotted it before I have, at this rate. Oh, there we go. Is that? What is that? It can't be. A little signal in the 50s. I mean, that's. What is it? I don't know. Bit of rubbish, I think, actually. Yeah, nothing of any interest, I don't think. Very light. Might be a bit of aluminium, actually. I think that's the signal. Which is a shame, because it could have quite easily been something nice there. That's a very nice bright signal for that. But there you are. It is what it is. Yeah, nothing else in there, I can tell. Let's carry on. Well, the rain so far is holding off. It's not too bad out here. There's a little bit of a drizzle, but nothing serious. Just had this very, very tiny little coin, and it was giving off an awful signal. Like, it was in the 20s, but it was just so iffy and very irony, actually. But it's a possible Roman coin. I don't know. It's not very thick. It's chunkier on some edges than others. Yeah, not 100% sure on that one. It seems a little round for a Roman, but it's not. I don't know. It's a maybe. That's a possible Roman, that one. There is something on it, but I can't work it out. I don't think it's a button. I mean, it is a possibility that that's a button, but can't see where a shank would have been. And there is some sort of shapes and bits on both sides, so I'm going to go with Roman on that one. I think that might be a little Roman grot. Possible. We'll take it anyway. But yeah, first sort of real find of the day, that one. Nice. Another quite big signal here. Quite like the sound of that. 60 to 65, sort of a bit jumpy, bit of a squirm on the screen again, but we'll give it a go. Do change quite rapidly as you start to dig. Tones all change, and once you've started digging, you've got to carry on. Certainly cleared up now. 60s, 70s. Could be anything. Absolutely anything. Could always be a bit of alley. It's funny because there's not that much trash on this field, there never is. But I seem to be finding it. So we'll crack on.
You can see where my hole was just here, and where I walked I actually set my tripod up here, and I happened to have another big signal beside me where I was. I thought there's no way I'm getting my getting my tripod out again for a signal right next to the, you know, that one bit of aluminium. Could be quite possibly be another piece, similar signal, so I thought I'll film it, but no, I'm not getting the tripod off my bag again. It's out, I think. Still in the 50s.
Probably a bit of lead. Yeah, there we go. Good job I didn't get the tripod out, isn't it?
One for the scrap pot, I think, unless there's anything on it, which I don't think there is. Well, I just had a very, very surfacey 20s signal. I think it was in there. 22, yeah, there you go, 22. Yeah, very much on the surface. Just scooped that with my pinpointer, and this little clod sort of popped out, and it's looking like a really nice little buckle. Yeah, not sure an age of that being square. It's just come off the clod there, look. No, not much of an imprint of it, but yeah, it's going to be medieval, I think, looking at the pattern on it. But square buckle, I don't know. Let's get a little toothbrush. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to say, yeah, the markings on that are very medieval looking, aren't they? That's a lovely little medieval buckle, that. Love that. That is absolutely brilliant. What a beautiful little find. Do love a good buckle, and I've had some crackers up here. I really have. Really had some beautiful buckles, but that is an absolute corker. Absolute beauty. No pin on there, but I don't know. Gather it would have had a pin, yeah. There's no pin catch. There's normally a little indent where the pin would have sort of sat, maybe that side, look where it's worn in on that edge. I would have said so, so the pin would have faced this way here, look. Kind of a little worn off the corner. This is quite squared cornered, and that side's got a few little wear patches where the buckle might have slid about a bit. But yeah, that's a beauty, absolute beauty. You can even see file marks, I think, on that side, can't we? Yes, definitely. That's an old one. Definitely an old one. But yeah, beautiful little find. Lovely. Absolutely banging 19 signal there. Don't think it's overly deep. No, it wasn't. I flicked it out. I think it was near the surface, actually.
Lovely little signal, but it's yeah, a lot of lead around this little spot.
That's not lead this time. I think it's a hammered coin, actually. I think it's right there, look. I'm not going to touch that. I'm going to get you on the other camera straight away. I think we're on the hammers. Get in.
There we go, right where we left it, look. Pretty sure that's a hammered coin. I think I can see some markings on it already, look. Little beauty. Absolutely brilliant. They're still here.
Oh, lovely. Oh, they're a joy to find, aren't they? Absolute joy to find. Here we go, what are we going to have here? Oh, it's a little cracker as well, look at that. Great condition. Little Edward. We won't rub that anymore. It's a lovely condition coin, that is. Look at the patina on that, lovely and dark. Let me give that a little spray up and a clean. That is an absolute beauty. Wow, look at that. What a treat. That's a London mint. It's got civvy here, missing the, oh, got a bit of the T, TAS, that'll be there. LON, DON. That is an absolute treat to find. What a find.
Great when they come out. I'm just drying my hands. Great when they come out in that condition. Look at that. Yes. Oh, it can cheer up anybody's day. Worth coming out in the rain just for that. That is a beauty. I'm gonna give that just a little wipe on the cloth here, just to get that wet off it, just gently. But that is an absolute beauty. It really is. What a coin. Beautiful little Edward. Absolute smash and find that. That's quite low numbers, but there's quite a small coin actually, so but yeah, lovely, absolutely beautiful to find. Making a quick pit stop, Mars bar for breakfast. Sun's actually trying to come out. It's beautiful now. It's still raining, but the sun's out, so I'm happy. Yeah, this feels. Sorry about the chewing. Try and block the mic. Sticky old Mars bar. Yeah, this field definitely gone quieter. There's still signals here, don't get me wrong, but I think the Manticore's found a majority of it. And this has been deep ploughed, so it's all been brought up. But it doesn't mean that next time when he ploughs it again, there's going to be more. When you turn that soil over again, I think there's going to be some really goodies under here somewhere. But yeah, definitely already has been deep ploughed. I'll carry on here for a bit, but I might even go over onto that big stubble field again, because we seem to have found quite a few little bits. And that little loop thing that I found last time, I wasn't sure completely. I think I said maybe purse bar loop or swivel. I mean, it actually is. I think it is a purse bar hanger. So yeah, worth checking out that area, I guess. We're going to have a look at that maybe. Like I say, I'll see how I get on here. I'm still working my way up and down, but yeah, I'm having some luck. I'm having better luck today than I was last week, I think. Possible Roman coin, nice little hammered. But yeah, we'll carry on, and I'll see what else we can find. I'm just going to have a short break, and then we'll get back onto it. Right, I'm thinking whilst I'm sitting here, actually, we'll just very quickly, I'll try and keep this as steady as possible. We'll quickly go through some settings here. As you can see, my parameters here, my ferrous limits are slightly different to what they used to be. But I'm on about 22 sensitivity, multi-IQ, all-terrain fast. I like all-terrain fast very much. Deep and fast. I did lower my recovery. I will put that back up, actually. Let's start from the bottom quickly. So yeah, volume 25, I always have that on full, and then adjust from the headphones. All-terrain fast. I've noise cancelled, it's gone to -1. Ground balance I set to 0. Recovery speed I've just changed back to 6, which is my usual. I normally stick around 5, 6. Discrimination, all metal, but I have got a custom, so yeah, I've notched out 2, 3, and then everything past that is a good tone. So everything up to 3, and then I have it on all metal, so I can have all, I can hear everything anyway. Ferrous limits, here we go. Let's start from the first one, target ID at 3, ferrous limit 0. So that's this first, and that's the same as your notch, what I've just showed you there. Keep that one the same, you want that exactly the same. Let's go into this so we can go across them all, can't we? So yeah, 3 and 0. Here we go, target ID 29, ferrous limit 22, 46 and 9 is the next top one, 65 and at ferrous limit 11, sorry about the vehicle noise, and the last one there is 99 and 25. So the bottom one again, 3 and 0, so that's the same. It's keeping that notched area exactly the same. Next one is 25 and minus 25. It's as low as that can go, I believe. And then 48 and minus 23, 74 minus 23, and 99 minus 23. So there you go. You can pause on those if you want to just copy those. Ferrous volume 4. Which is the same volume as my low tone in my tones. Ferrous pitch, I don't know, pitch 1, I haven't got any of those. Stabilizer's on 2. I actually normally, I normally have that on 0 actually. I will go back to 0. But yeah, I have messed about with it a little bit. So we'll cut that back to 0. 5 regional all tones. I won't go through all of those apart from that first one, like I say, is start at 0, pitch 1, volume 4, which is the same volume as your iron tone. You need to keep those the same really. I'll just quickly go through these. I won't say what they are. You can just, if you want to copy the tones, it's up to you, but that's personal preference really, isn't it? And just quickly go through them all. Every one of them is volume 25. There we go, 44, 30. Like I say, I'm just doing it fairly quickly. I don't want to spend too much time on this. It's nearly been 4 minutes already. And that's about it. Audio theme normal, profile simple, threshold. I don't use threshold, so level is off. 0, multi IQ. Yeah, so there you go. There's my most recent settings. If you want to copy those, it's totally up to you. And enjoy the finds. Okay, so I just had a little bit of an iffy sort of, I don't know, 37, 38 here. And this is back over in the area, you know, the busier area, the area that we've hit really hard. And it just shows that there is signal still in between it all. Wonder if it's just because I've just turned my stabilizer off. I've never did really like the stabilizer. I don't like the idea of notching or filtering anything out as little as possible if I can. So a filter like that to me is not always necessary. But yeah, it's this, and I wasn't sure what it was, so I have already given it a clean up as best I can. It is a bit encrusted, but there's some detail there and some lovely gilding. I'm just not sure what it is. It's a bit of an odd sort of shape. I thought maybe a ring to start with, but I don't think it is. It's very small. It wouldn't fit on any of my fingers, that's for sure. But yeah, there is a pattern underneath all that crusty sort of. Let's just have a look that way, because I think they're like flowers or something, maybe. But lovely gilding under there. That'll clean up nice, I think. When I get home, I'll be able to get the cleaning pencil on that and very gently take some of that off. But yeah, not entirely sure what that is. If you know what that is, let me know, please. Unless it's broken there. Is it broken there? Was it a little diddy buckle? It might be a little buckle, that. Might just be missing the bar across the top there. Let me know your thoughts on that, what you think. I think possible little buckle of some kind. But yeah, very, very nice. Also, what are your thoughts on this? I've just realised I'm back at the same point. I've been here before, I've seen this stone, and I've picked it up a few times, even showed Tom last week. But what are your thoughts on this? We say about the medieval village. It's definitely, I'm pretty certain that's stone, but look at this side. Look at the markings on that. Sort of ridges all down it. And it's not concrete. It's definitely some kind of stone. I don't know if that's like a floor tile or something maybe, but yeah, let me know what you think of that as well. Very interesting, but it's still here. I'll leave it here. I know it's sort of the point where I know where I've been a few times, but that just shows, I mean, my hole was right here, and I've been here 3 or 4 times and seen this same piece. So yeah, let me know what you think of that. Very interested. Nice ridges along it. This was certainly an unexpected one. I got a little pretty solid 12, and it was bouncing like that, like it was near the surface. It was about 1.5 inches to 2 inches under, so not very deep, but a 12, and it's this. And at first of all I saw that and I thought, oh, that isn't a lot, but it's actually a hammered coin. Now it's got a very, very green tinge to it. Now that one that I had last week that wasn't very good condition, somebody said, could it be a contemporary forgery? And yes, I think you could be right there, mate. This one is very much the same. I think it's got a very greeny tinge. You can even see some green coming through. I think that's definitely. Let me just have a look at that edge. It's got, well, it's a mix. It's got copper in it in some ways, hasn't it? Even on the edge, you can't see it. It looks silver where it's even broken. Very crusty on this side though. Very crusty and very green. Look, so definitely a forgery. And now I've found a few of these on here, so I don't know if I can get that off. It's very encrusted. I'm not going to be able to get that off of it here, I don't think. Some of it may come off, but I'm not going to go and destroy it just to show the camera. But there you go. Yeah, it's definitely a forgery with all that green on it, unless it's been laid against something else. But I will give that a clean up at home. I think it's a forgery. Now, what can we make out on that? Can't even work out the writing. Not something I recognise. I'm gonna say it's probably an Edward, but could be totally wrong there. But yeah, hammered number 2, and it's a forgery, I think. So yeah, very nice bit of history to that. Right, well, I've moved over into that stubble field, much the same as last week, to be honest. We did exactly the same thing last week about this time of the day. I had a few cracking finds in the other field there again, but I've just moved over and I've just had this little bit of a thimble. It's surprising what sort of different finds you get just from one field to the next, because I don't really find anything. I'd say that's probably sort of Victorian, Georgian period. Yeah, I don't really find much stuff like this in the other field, so it's nice to just switch over the other side of the hedge and start finding something a little different, you know. But yeah, we've got a piece of a thimble there. It's been crushed and it's missing the top, unfortunately. But yeah, nice bit of a thimble to start on this field. I think we may be in for getting a little bit wet in a minute. I've been lucky so far. But it's coming. Yep, it's definitely raining. Peeing it down now. Oh dear. Just had a 30s signal here, and I could have swore it was going to be a hammered coin. I thought maybe it's going to be my first hammered off here, but it wasn't. But it was actually this beautiful little open works. No idea what. Part of a cap badge, maybe? I don't know. Kind of jagged along that bottom edge, isn't it? I don't know if it's snapped off something or, but it's a beautiful little thing. A big fleur-de-lis in the middle there. You can probably hear the rain on my hood. It's absolutely chucking it down now. But yeah, beautiful little thing. It's kind of pressed, isn't it? So it's indented on that side and then pressed through to there. But it's, yeah, lovely little thing. No idea what it was off. Cap badge, maybe something part of a cap badge, but don't know. Lovely little find though. Thought we'd do this one live. I think possible coin, isn't it? 6870. Big bright signal. Biggest, brightest signal today so far, I think. Sounds a little iffy now, but could always be trash, of course. think I've moved it. It's definitely there somewhere. Just on this side. I don't think it is a coin actually. What is that? Is this it? Oh, okay. Even better. That, I think, is a little medieval buckle and plate. I wasn't expecting that. There we are. We'll get you on the other camera and we'll have a little clean up, I think. Here we go. I'm going to try my very best here. It is absolutely pouring down still. And I've kind of got my back to it at the minute, but we'll see. I'm getting a little bit low on water again. Probably a good sign. That means I clean and spray a lot of fines. What do we got on here? Is there any detail on it, or is it just a nice little buckle and plate? There's a bit of gilding on there, I think. Sorry, I was holding it off to the side there. We've got a bit of gilding on the buckle loop there, just a little speck. Beautiful little thing, look at that. The back plate as well. I don't know if it's missing a little bit, possibly, but try and give that a little clean out. But yeah, what a lovely little find. And on this field as well, so like I say, it does spill over a bit of the bit crusty in there. I'll be a little bit careful. We lost a little bit of stuff from in between. There's a bit of crust in between there. I'll leave that alone. Gonna lose that when I get home anyway, when I give it a proper clean up. Give it one more last little spray there. And there we go, beautiful little buckle and plate. Another lovely little find. Yeah, there is some more gilding on there, look. Plenty of little specks. That would have been completely gilded, I think. That would have been a lovely little buckle. Beautiful little find, that again. Absolutely lovely. I'm going to put my phone away now because I am getting drenched. It's all dripping on my screen. It'll probably stop the recording on its own. But yeah, absolutely lovely find there. Guys, that is it for the day. But you know what, I'm cold and I'm not wet, but I'm damp. I've been out in it all day long. I don't fancy kneeling down here and doing a roundup, so let's go home. Let's go back to the detecting room, and we'll have a little roundup there, and maybe if you're lucky I'll show you my entire work, my entire detecting career worth of finds. I'll show you all the cabinets and everything. And we'll have a little look there. But yeah, I'll see you when we get there. So there we are. Here we are back at home in the detecting room. Yeah, we'll have a little look at what we found today, guys. Well, I think we've smashed it again. We've had a cracking day. Some really nice finds once again. That field just never fails. Still pulling up small little bits and pieces here and there. I know it's gone a little bit more quiet, but you got to remember every time you pull a target out of the ground, it's gone, isn't it? You've taken it, and it's and there's less and less every time. And I think I've cracked it. I think I've really covered that field well. There's still a big area to cover. I've covered the busiest area, and the quieter areas I've not done quite so much. But we'll carry on through it at some point. It might be just time to give that field a little bit of a rest. I think I've really hit it hard recently. As you know, I've been there on every video. Maybe we'll do the stubble field. Maybe we'll give that a good day next time. Maybe next week. I'll see how I feel. But yeah, let's have a look what we found today, guys, and then we'll have a look at everything else. So there we are. There's our little days detecting there, and I don't think that's a bad day at all. There's some nice little bits and bobs. Still wet. Half of it is still wet. Got a button there, big button. with a bit of detail actually, a little bit of button pawn, not quite. I wouldn't class that. It's not a winner of the competition, is it? Nice big button there. We've got little bits of buckle, constantly finding bits of buckle and odds and sods. I think that could have been an annular buckle or brooch. It almost looks as if it's burnt. Sorry, the daylight is dwindling now, so light is a little bit dull in here. Another bit of buckle there. Possible piece of maybe strap end. I'm not 100% sure. It's a bit far gone, that bit. I would have said strap end, piece of. A little musket ball there, that thimble we had off this stubble field, another button, and yeah, just bits and bobs really. And then the nicer bits here, look at these, lovely medieval buckle there. That's a beauty, absolute beauty. I love the colour, that deep dark green, bluey green almost, isn't it? But yeah, lovely little buckle. Clean up lovely. I spend a lot of time in here, as you'll see in a minute, cleaning when I get spare time. Yeah, here we go. So that we got this. I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's missing the little bar across the top. I think it's a part of a buckle. But again, I'm gonna have to get the old cleaning pencil. It's out ready to go. I'll get that on that and give that a bit of a clean up. I think, yeah, I think it's gonna be a buckle that. Plenty of gilding in there. That I found this actually. I didn't show this, and that's an odd one. It's bronze, very heavy, thick bronze, but no idea what that would be. Could that be ring money? Possibly. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Very similar in size and shape to that little buckle, actually, isn't it? Just a bit cruder and older, I think. This little piece that came off the stubble field, that's beautiful. Still not sure entirely on what it is. I'm guessing possibly a part off of some sort of cat badge. Is it French with a fleur de lis? I know fleur de lis is French, but is this French? I don't know. But it's a lovely little piece. Bit of an odd one. But yeah, really like that. And of course, this beautiful little buckle and plate. Still got a bit of gilding on there as well. I think the whole thing would have been gilded. But yeah, that's a lovely little find. I do love it when you find them with the plate still intact like that, like almost like a little shield shape, isn't it? But yeah, absolutely lovely. Coins wise today, I actually had this one. It was actually pouring down with rain, and I realised it had no detail whatsoever, so I didn't film it. But yeah, a bit of a green, grotty, smooth coin there. This one is possible, still a possible Roman. I think that is Roman. I'm pretty sure it is. Bust maybe facing left, don't know, not 100% sure, but I think Roman on that. And then of course two little lovely little hammers. That one is an absolute beauty. We'll come back to that one actually. This one I did actually have a quick little bit more of a clean up. I haven't finished yet, but I've got some detail out of it there, and I think that's an Edward. Possibly, but it is, I would have said, a contemporary forgery because of that green coming through. And again on the other side you've got green coming through there. But yeah, lovely little coin. And then of course this one, this is just beautiful. Absolutely stunning little coin. Absolutely love that. Again, another little Edward. But yeah, what an absolutely cracking day. Absolutely smashed it. So let's have a little look around. I've turned my little bags. They're ready to go off to the FLO. There's that gold ring is in there. Another piece of medieval ring. I haven't had time. I haven't got round to getting out and going to see the FLO yet. Yeah, but this is where I spend a lot of my time cleaning items. There's just so much sitting here. It's all ready to be cleaned up and it goes through the process. So I've got some other better stuff here, as you'll see some of the finds from the other weeks. Lots of hammers there, mostly off that Field of Dreams. Yeah, haven't quite got round to cleaning those. And then some of the ones that I have cleaned up, that beautiful strap end that I found, an old piece of pottery there. I'll give him a little bit more of a clean up. But yeah, some of the finds I've cleaned and preserved using Artiseal.
and of course the composite clean and pencil. But yeah, absolutely amazing, some incredible stuff here. There's so much of it. Yeah, it takes me some time to get through it all, and then of course it ends up here. You can see me in the mirrors in the back. I will open the cabinets just quickly and we'll have a little look here. Like I say, not the best of light in here. I do need to get some lights. But you've got fibula log there. I'll just have a little scan. That's all Roman coins in that pot, all grots, mostly. Some of the better ones out the front here. Axe heads, of course, Roman silvers, gold Roman, Celtic coins. There's quite a few bit of Celtic there. Bronze Age, anvil. There's just plenty. There's lots in here. And then you've got sort of later stuff, Victorian, Georgian, all that kind of thing. All the silvers and bits and bobs. A couple of half sovereigns there, Victorias, watch winders, clog clasps. Yeah, it just goes on and on. I'm enjoying filling up my jars with bits and bobs. I've got a clay pipe jar. I've got a musket ball jar I'm filling up. Spindle whirls, look, all the sort of lead items. A few cat badges and bits there as well. Sweetheart brooch. Yeah, just a mix of things. This is sort of an ongoing thing. I've got lots of buttons in that pot in the bottom. This is all pottery, Roman and medieval pot. In this other cabinet, I'll have a quick look. This is medieval shelf at the top of here. Lots, like I say, not the best of lighting, so I apologise for that. Yeah, lots of hammers, some of the nicer hammered coins. Cut halves and quarters. Yeah, just bits and bobs. It's all there. Coin weights. Lead item again there, look. Not sure on a lot of it still. Some of it I don't know. Still researching. I've got plenty of time to do it. Buckles, all the buckles, crotal bells, thimbles. Like I say, this is work in progress in here. So my button pot, jar of buttons there, massive jar, and some of the nicer buttons there, button pawn shelf. A few badges there, odd ones. Fossils. Some flint finds there, blades and scrapers and whatnot. And in the bottom here I've got a tray of not so good hammered coins. Some of them aren't quite so good, and then you've got another tray underneath that, I think, of, bear with me, some of the not quite so good Roman coins. They're not too bad, some of them are alright. I'm still sorting them all out, like I say. I'm going through everything and trying to make my display nice, you know. But it's getting there. It is getting there. Just lots to go through. There we go. I've had a cracking day. I'm home in the dry, in the warm. I've enjoyed every second of it again. But yeah, thank you very much as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed looking at the finds there. I know that isn't not the best of light today. I need better daylight. I need some lights in my cabinet as well. I must do that. Try and figure out how to fit some lights in there. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.